Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? It's Buns. Welcome back to the road to Gladiator. Today, we're going to be breaking down some 3v3 arenas. This was our first games that we were able to play with voice comms for me going into the season. So this was extremely helpful for me going back after we had played these games with voice and being able to look at the footage from our games to see what went well and what went wrong, not only in terms of gameplay, but also in terms of communication. So, without further ado, let's get into it, guys. In this first clip, we're facing off against Disc, Enhance, Frost Decay. We're running Arms Warrior, Subtlety Rogue, Mistweaver Monk. Now, what our plan is right off the bat, I want to get a sap onto the Enhancement Shaman and then open Disc Priest. And everything immediately right off the bat goes off to plan, get the stealth, Shadow Step sap the Shaman, able to open on this Disc Priest, and we commit so much damage into him, and he freaks out, overreacts, drops barrier, and pain suppression. So we're going to just decide to train this Priest for the entire game, 100% because he's overcommitted cooldowns. You can also see his raptures come up, so he has committed everything to try to live. As we continue getting damage into him, we're just trying to keep ourselves alive and use all of our defensives aggressively because we know we can kill the priest as soon as his cooldowns fall. I'm able to kick him on mind control here, which locks him out of shadow. The majority of Disc Priest healing comes from his shadow tree, so being able to lock him out is super efficient and a good way to go about it if you want to prevent him healing. Now, in the case scenario that you want to prevent him from being able to pop defensive cooldowns, you want to actually lock him on his holy tree. That will prevent him from being able to use holy word barrier and pain suppression while he's sitting a full stun. Different options give you different looks. In this case scenario, we just wanted to stop him healing, and we were able to go through with him having no more defensive cooldowns. Now, one thing that I recognize going back and watching this video is I have to do a much better job against shamans at killing their Counter-Strike totem. Counter-Strike Totem is an honor talent totem that they can choose as every single spec of Shaman that redirects 100% of the damage done to the lowest health target on the enemy team. So in this case scenario, we were actually killing ourselves, and we didn't even end up killing the totem. It literally despawned, which is horrible. So I have to do a better job at making sure that those totems die instantly when they're dropped. In this next clip, we're playing Resto Shaman, Demon Hunter, Arms Warrior. In a lot of case scenarios, with this all-in style comp that we have with Rogue and Warrior, we want to kill the healers, and in a situation where they do not have any casters to peel us off, it's going to be best for us to go Shaman. So we decide to hide behind the pillar here for some time, thinking that their Demon Hunter is going to come out and use his eyes early. For some reason, he decides not to use his ability, so after a while, we go in and we decide we're going to push in and open on the Shaman. We get a sap onto the Demon Hunter, get a strong opener onto the Shaman, and we immediately force Link with the amount of pressure that we put off coming off of this Fear. At this point, we're completely dictating the pace of the matchup, and we want to continue pressuring the Shaman. I go for an off blind on the Demon Hunter off of the Fear to continue the pressure and get our CC chain rolling. At this point, we're having a 2v2 and 1v1 with the Demon Hunter and Shaman. We keep the pressure on the Resto Shaman and lock him out here, thinking that we're able to burst him down. He is able to live here, though, and we're not able to lock him out due to an honor talent that Resto Shamans have called Calming Waters, which after they get interrupted, they cannot be locked out for 20 seconds, which is extremely strong, so it's going to take us some time here before we're going to be able to get an opportunity to land a kill on the Shaman. Now, we continue the pressure, and we have a good look here, so I'm going to throw a kidney shot onto the Shaman in hopes to land a kill, but the Demon Hunter has a great AoE peel, stuns both of us, and we're not able to follow that up with any sort of CC. Because of our aggression trying to kill the Resto Shaman, my Monk is forced to use Bubble onto me so that I can keep aggressive and continue damaging. Now, this time around, I do recognize that they do have Counter-Strike Totem down. Better late than never, I do kill it, stun the Demon Hunter to get some peels from my Monk, and continue hitting this Resto Shaman. Now here he drops a Healing Surge Totem and a Lightning Surge Totem, which stuns both the Warrior and I, but our Monk does a great job at incapacitating the Shaman while we are in that stun to stop him from being able to top himself, which got us a lot of momentum. I'm able to run around the pillar here, land a full stun on him, and we're able to get a lot of pressure leading into a kill on the Shaman. Now, going back and looking at this clip the second time around, when we have a kill opportunity here on the Shaman, and I'm putting him into a full kidney, I realized that had I had put a off cheap shot onto the Demon Hunter, we would have 100% gotten the kill on the Shaman and ended the game right there. So going back and looking at this clip helped me realize that in situations where this Shaman doesn't have a trinket, let's take all of his other options away from him for help. Stunning the Demon Hunter the next time around will help us land that kill more efficiently. This is a game that we lost going against RMD, and I wanted to go back and see why we lost this game because there was a few things that were very close calls to me that I didn't understand what happened. So, going back into this game, I see that the druid's out of stealth pre-hotting, so I use my sprint here proactively to try to see if I can get the sap off, which I do. So I immediately open onto the mage, using damage into him. The rogue opens, but I trinket here knowing that I got the sap off, and I go for the resap, but you can see here I timed it just half a second late, and instead of hitting Shift F, I was hitting F, so I was not able to get the focus sap onto the druid, which cost me the resap. So the druid then gets in combat. I get shocked by that and use a cheap shot on him to try to put him into some CC. We get temp shield from the mage. I put a blind onto the druid, and then the druid starts going very aggressive here and landing clones onto our healer. Now, this was our first time playing against this team, and our plan was to go against the mage. But you can see that when the druid goes out and gets cyclones on our monk into a bash, it sets them up for a lot of CC, and we needed to punish that druid for going aggressive. Now, I want to show you guys a weird mechanic in the game right now with Vanish. When you use Vanish, there's a slight delay on the target frame being dropped. So you can see here that I actually use my Vanish, and the druid is still able to cyclone me. This is due to an in-game mechanic that was changed with stealthing going into Legion, or is a bug that has not been fixed yet, but it happens not only with stealthing, but in this case scenario with Vanish. As another example, we can go back earlier in the game and look at the situation where I sapped the druid out. He had actually gone into stealth in cat form and I was able to sap him. So twice in this game did this situation apply. For the final game of the night, I have a clip of Subtlety, Armed Warrior going against Resto Shaman DK. Now, by no means is this a good 2v2 comp. We're just queuing up, having some fun. We decide here we're going to go on the DK. Now, because he's in combat, I'm going to have to throw a blind immediately onto the Resto Shaman. That's my bad on positioning for not being there for the sap. Now, I trinket this to go for the resap off the Resto Shaman, and I hit him with the stutter step, and then resap his trinket, and we're able to get a lot of momentum off of that, a fear going off of that. I pop my defensive cooldowns, and I'm able to shadow step kick the shaman, and we end up finishing the DK right away. So what I want to go back and show you guys here is when I go for the sap on the shaman, a great way to be able to get a resap is to hit him with the stutter step, and after you sap, just move like half an inch to the left and then go back and sap him again. And more often than not, once the shaman sees you committing back to whatever your kill target is, they're going to be more than likely to want to hit that trinket, and you can either hit them with the stutter step if you're close enough or a shadow step resap. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully this helps you guys get an idea for the work ethic and routine that you kind of got to get into to take the right steps to making improvements in your gameplay. 1, get some people to play with, hop into a call, start getting communications going, and then it's super important to be able to record your own footage so that you can go back, not only look at the games, but also listen to the communication. See what went well, what didn't go well, and maybe it'll help you the second time around to be able to identify some things that you didn't see while you were playing. Thank you guys once again for watching the video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Keep it easy, everyone. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Buns. Welcome back to the Road to Gladiator. Today, I want to talk about a topic that I think is going to strike home with a lot of you guys, and I know for myself right now, going through the whole process of starting fresh at